What's going on, everyone? Juice Bags here, and welcome back to the channel. The King's Game is now in Dungeon Defenders Awakened, of course, and in true dice pet farming fashion, you're going to have to run this map about 17 million times to get a decent dice pet. As you see, I've put in just a few runs here, and I'm still not super happy with with the dice that I have gotten so far. So this build is kind of the super chill build that isn't super speedy, but it runs at a decent clip. It usually runs in between 12 and 14 minutes, and it allows you to just kind of chillax it out and farm up your dice. Now, this will require Lichen King bonus difficulty gear. As you see, we're on Massacre Hardcore Rifted Dune Eater difficulty. On mixed mode, you are going to want to have Lichen King gear, so 12k power, 6k substats, and this map will shred for you. Now, this is the build I've been using. There's lots of viable builds for the map. This one just seems to work pretty darn well, though. So to start things off, I come right across from this core and go with an Ensnare Aura and an Electric Aura. Now, you are going to need a Striking Gemstone as well on a Summoner, so you're going to want to have one of those. If you're farming anything in the game, late game, at this stage, you probably already have one. So we're going to go with a Siren right there, then we're going to go with a Siren here and a Spider right there, and we will just go ahead and move those two as close to the core as we can. Then, while still in Overlord mode, you can just come down and build your Siren and your Spider down below as well. Now, these are both runed, of course. The Spiders are fused. Everything here is going to be with fused defenses. Now, right here on this spot, we're going to go ahead and drop 3 different plasma defense systems. These are all set to air. I think that's probably the best targeting option for them for this map. I'm going to throw 2 upgrades, pardon me, on each plasma defense system and on that Electric Aura. And then we're going to get a 3DU buff beam right there, and we're going to go ahead and slap 2 upgrades on it. Now, if we come over to this side of the core, we're going to go ahead and go with 3 PDS as well. You can use anything up here. Harpoons really shine on that lane. This is a heavy lane right here, so you're going to want something that can target up into that lane. We're going to go ahead and throw 2 upgrades on each of the PDS here as well. And then we're going to drop in our 3D buff beam and slap 2 upgrades on it. Now we can come down here below, and we're just going to drop 4 plasma defense systems right here. Now, this is quite the spammer build, no doubt, kind of taking advantage of the power of the PDS. However, it's smooth running, goes great. As I mentioned, it's not the fastest build out there. If you want a faster build, you're going to want to replace a few of these PDS out with DSTs that can shoot through the walls, and those are going to just shred it. But I can say from personal experience and many hours so far since the update landed, this build is just super chill. Then we're going to come over here, stand on top of our auras, making sure, of course, that our Striking Gemstone is hitting that Ensnare Aura and Electric Aura, giving it the big boy range. Now we can just come on over here. I usually will flash buff this group. That, of course, is hitting the Aura, but it's additionally hitting these 3 PDS as well. And as I mentioned, this lane over here does get quite heavy, so it allows that lane to get cleared out very easily. As we tested on live stream yesterday, before the thunderstorms took my power out, and as we will continue to play around with later on today, this build is very 4-player viable, and it just allows for a nice chillaxing experience. If you do have another summoner in your group, and you're going with a 4-player group, then if that other summoner brings along a speedy gemstone and then parks on those 4 PDS that are downstairs, it brings the face roll to that area as well. Now, the 4 PDS that are down there are more than enough to clear the mobs. However, of course, you know, more is better, right? So if you do have the group composition that allows for another booster, that would be the place to put them, without a doubt. As far as the other two people, it doesn't really matter. You know, obviously you can go with an apprentice overcharge booster and a tower booster monk, but really anything will do. And it just leads to a very chillaxing overlord experience. Now, with that in mind, it also leads to boredom and spamming your F key. So you're going to want to be cautious of that. This map is a time grind, so the more you do it, the more dice you're going to have. The dice pet is without a doubt the roughest RNG pet in the game, as there's multiple rolls on it. There's more rolls on it than any other pet, so it's going to be tough to find that sweet spot. So far, it's been confirmed that the crit damage on this pet does go up to 600%, and that's what you're going to be looking for. It may actually even go higher. Could potentially go to 650. That much I am not sure of. But this is the build I've been using. It gets the job done. It's a nice, smooth experience, and you're going to get the win every time with really no failures on the run at all. So let's go ahead and bounce on forward to Wave 25 and get this run closed out. And here we go on Wave 25. Now, another benefit on this one that does help the runtime out a little bit is, as far as farming it on mixed mode, you don't have to run around and pick up mana afterwards. The build itself is going to hold through the entirety of the match, so you can just stay parked where you're at and just continue to spam your tower boost and get through the waves as quickly as possible. Now, as I mentioned earlier, if you do want to speed the run up, you can add in a few DSTs. Like if you went with, say, 2 DSTs over here on this area, and then maybe 2 of those 4 DSTs down below, or 2 of those 4 PDS down below, switch over to DSTs, the map is going to run a little bit smoother, but it is a little bit riskier. This is a very safe build, and, you know, it allows you just to blaze right through it and not really pay a whole lot of attention to what is going on with the run. Now, the downside of this map, particularly with going to Wave 100, is that it takes a long time to run. Now, doing mixed mode, of course, it's still relatively short runs. Even if you have a slow run, it's still only going to take you about 15 minutes, so you can, you know, farm 4 of those dice pets per hour relatively easily. Getting that up to about 5 per hour if you are building very quickly, etc. Now, this particular build will not hold Dune Eater difficulty Wave 100. It will hold non-Dune Eater difficulty, or just default difficulty, which is just above Lycan King, at Wave 100. So, if you're looking for a Wave 100 build and you want to do Dune Eater, you're going to have to make some tweaks to it. I will be posting up a Wave 100 build either later on today or tomorrow for Dune Eater difficulty itself. You know, obviously, if you're going to go through the grind, this one is, if not the longest run to Wave 100, it's definitely in like the top 3 of all the maps as far as getting to Wave 100 and unlocking that golden pet. So, by all means, do it in stages. You know, get your Wave 96 unlocks from a friend that has already muscled through it. However, it is going to be several hours in one sitting if you choose to just blaze right through it yourself, all in one sitting. So mix it up. Of course, you get the save every 5 waves at the 1s and the 6s. So, you know, go until it drives you absolutely mad, and then just get the wave unlock or the save and start back from there when you're ready to finish it up. In my opinion, as far as transmogs, the OG dice looks the best. Just the regular unflavored dice. I think it looks really, really good. The fusion is definitely my second favorite. And then, to be honest with you, the gold cube, in my opinion, is my least favorite of all of the transmogs available for the dice pet. Now, you all know I am all about the dice. Absolutely love them. And I just like the vanilla dice. They just look good. And there we go with the win. It looks like the total runtime on that this run was 13 minutes. And let's take a look and see what we got. So there is our cube. You know, kind of standard issue. We got the 14% crit chance. That goes up to 15%. We're bottom of the barrel on the mana drain. And we've got a decent crit bonus roll. One of the main things you're looking for here is that crit bonus. Like I mentioned, it's confirmed that it goes up to 600%. It could potentially even go higher than that. So that is one of the things you really want to focus on. And in fact, if I get one that's in the high 500s or 600%, that's even a lower roll like this one, I will probably take that over a higher roll, as the crit bonus is just huge. It's a huge, huge addition. But that is the dice pet farm I've been doing. So good luck to everyone out there. Hopefully you get your dice very quickly, with no real massive grind involved. But that will do it for now. I will be live all day over on Twitch, starting in a couple of hours after this video is uploaded. So make sure to swing on by and say what's up and join me in the grind for the cubes. But that will do it for now. Thanks a ton, and I will see you next time around. Take it easy.